We're gonna do my first gravel ride today, which is just a different terrain, and I'm excited about it. I got a new gravel bike. Dom's done it a few times. So with my leg, I'm starting to progress. Swelling is going down, especially around the knee, so I'm able to do more outside rides and feel more comfortable doing that. So I'm trying to like fast track my fitness as fast as possible, and that doesn't mean always pushing harder, but I definitely get more out of riding outside than I do inside. And part of the reason for that is I explained on my last vlog with you guys how that kicker, that Wahoo kicker, that generates the wattage that I need to stay at. But obviously when I'm on the road, similar to a treadmill, I'm having to generate that wattage, and really hitting the wattage isn't the issue. It's just staying the consistency of that wattage and getting more experience shifting through gears and stuff like that to maintain the wattage. So I'm gonna just try to spend a little bit more time outside. Plus, honestly, I just enjoy outside rides so much. Again, it's an opportunity for me to just be present in my own head and check out and not be like inundated by the demands of the day, and just, you know, it's beautiful out, the sun's shining, or the sun's coming up in the morning, and just kind of getting to see and experience that and just be outside. I just love it, you know. And I was actually gonna make a post last week just jokingly saying, you know, spend more money on a bike and you'll have to spend less money on a therapist. Not that therapists are bad, but I think honestly if we spend more time outside, that will fix a lot of things for a lot of people. So we're gonna do that this morning and then jump into the day. All right, so the session for today is gonna be 95 minutes. It's gonna be a 10-minute warm-up. Zone 1, 7-minute cool down, zone 1, and then I'm gonna do what's called long interval. So I'm gonna spend 10 minutes at between 169 and 180 watts. 4-minute recovery back in zone 1. And then I'm going to do 3 rounds of a medium interval of 189 watts to 210 watts for 8 minutes, and then come back to zone 1 for 4 minutes. Do, like I said, 3 rounds of that. So warm up, zone 1, long interval, which will be 10 minutes at 169 to 180. Zone 1 recovery at 4, and then 3 rounds of medium interval, which would be 189 to 210 with 4-minute recovery in zone 1, and then a cool down. Just check my notifications. There's a heat advisory for today, and also scattered thunderstorms. So should be perfect weather for a ride. If you had a swollen leg for 3 months, you'd be grounding too, I promise you. Anyway, so is that...
You know what I got? You know, the wife hasn't used. I can bring it to you as the hydrogen water too. You want one of those?
Okay, let's not make fun of me. I kind of volunteered your office. We're supposed to have a meeting at 2:30.
Okay.
So
You coming in for me?
I don't know, maybe, or I just have to be on the phone 1 or 2.
That's fine.
And then I gotta leave at 3:15. All right, boys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, we are about to leave and go get fitted. I got a new cockpit for my TT bike, so I'm gonna get fitted on that. Today's been crazy. I didn't even get to talk about my workout this morning, which was awesome. I just love being able to ride my bike outside, so that was good. Good for me and Dom to just be able to catch up and have 2 hours of intentional time together, just talking and riding and being outside. I was like half joking this morning when I said the more time you spend outside on a bike, the less you have to spend on therapy, but I also mean it. So it was a good time for sure. It's not the marketing, it's the lack of content. It's the lack of creative content on a consistent basis. It doesn't, like, we could spend $20 a day, we could spend $300 a day. It doesn't really matter because we don't have that brand content to be driving the spend regardless. And I think that's what Dom was saying yesterday, and that's what I've been saying.
What do we do with YouTube? Like, what kind of stories do we tell on that, you know?
Like, literally just building the brand. Like, the day-to-day operations of what happens in those walls is what's important, and people can follow that and know what's going on. Like, that's what people care about. It doesn't have to be this like crazy production. It just has to be like something that somebody could latch onto to know about what's going on, and again, the story of your family, and you know, Izzy being in there and running around and helping you guys. Like, that's all so important. But that, and I'm telling you guys this because I care. Unless we get more consistent content and something that people can latch onto, we're shooting ourselves in the foot.
Measure his inseam, shoulders, sit bones, his knees. I do a full body flexibility assessment. Then I get him on the bike, and then Then we do seat height, and then we do saddle setback, and then we do knee position, back angle, shoulder angle, wrist angle. I'm going to look at knee alignment. I'm going to look at Q factor, which is how far the feet are spread apart from each other. I'm going to look at a float check. Float is when you're clipped into a pedal, you have a certain amount of wiggle room before you pop out. That wiggle room is called float. I have a test to make sure that he's in the center of that. And then I'm going to do things like a core check, because the handlebar, this is reversible. It can either go down or up. You know, I'm going to look at the spacers on these and make sure that everything is ergonomically correct. I'm going to check all the angles, and that's the initial fit. Then if we need any parts, which we did, this whole setup drag to zero is brand new. So now what we're doing is what's called the final fit. Now that all these parts are on here, I have to go through that whole fit process again, just to make sure and verify that he's in the right spot before I'm ready for him to actually, before I can tell him, yes, I feel comfortable with you riding the bike. And then if he needs any adjustments going down the road, we schedule an appointment and we make the adjustments.
Yeah, man, this bike.
All right, guys, so I am at the bike shop, and this is a Cockpit setting. So I initially had the stock S-Works, which wasn't bad, but I just like, again, if I'm gonna do something, I wanna go all in with it. So this is more of a professional setup here. So looking to get more aerodynamic, but then also just get a more comfortable position. And then how this is on an incline is also just gonna help me be more comfortable as I'm riding. So we're just trying to work to get in the best possible position possible, to then obviously be able to get the most power and wattage as possible. It's all good.
You gotta be big. Damn, why are you in such good shape, man? This sucks.
Good.
All right.
Sometimes they would do it this way.
There you go.
Where we at? 34.
I really like how these hit the backspin.
That's what Armstrong used?
No.
No.
No?
First of all, Armstrong was with Trek. This is Specialized. And second of all, he didn't have access to this type of technology because it didn't exist back then.
Mm.
I mean, he was, mid-late 90s, and this is, 25 years from then.
It's like the theme song of the way I feel about life, or the way I operate. Maybe it's the way I operate. That's why I love riding the bike so much, because it's like the only time of my day that I have, like, not like peace as if my mind is in turmoil, but like peace is in terms of like unbothered time. It's like so nice to just be able to disconnect and not have demands. Plus it's so nice just like being in fresh air. All right, guys, so it's kind of a wrap for today. I had a few friends text me the past week that have been close to me for a long time, how they've appreciated my YouTube channel. And again, guys, I'm just trying to like make the YouTube channel as real as possible. I'm not trying to stage things. I'm not trying to like plan fun days just to make my life more exciting or better than what it might really be. So, you know, in talking with Powers, I honestly, I don't even know how good of today's video is going to be, just because it was just, you know, a great morning. Super thankful that Dom and I got to connect like we did. You know, honestly, within the busyness of our days, there's some days lately where I feel like we don't even get to see each other in the office, which to me is kind of sad, but it's just the reality of the situation. So us getting to talk this morning and just hang out, that was great. And then it's like, you know, once we get into the office, it's just unpredictable wildness, and then we leave. So that being said, you know, it was a good day. My fittings, you know, was obviously, I was hoping to be able to actually bring my tri-bike home today, but that didn't happen, so we'll go pick that up. But I am excited to really get into you know, just riding again and pushing my fitness level up. And I'll go ahead and say this now on camera because I'm committed to it, but I'm really, obviously, within my leg situation, it's my goal, and I've really set things in place this week to race for the first time in December. So that's where my objective is. Now, obviously, if I can't run, then I'm not going to be able to race. But I do think that in the time being, until I can run, like let's say I can't run until October or even November, you know, if it's not going to be that long until I can run, I am confident that I can build enough fitness where I can get through the run, being that my fitness will have been built through the bike and the swim. So that's where I'm at. You know, I'm really focused on this. I aligned with Natasha on this goal. I aligned with Justin King, who has been, obviously I've spoken about him a lot on the channel, and we're just going to align everything to really focus on, you know, rebuilding the strength that I've lost, also working on imbalances that come from the sport, as well as the prehab side of not getting those imbalances in the first place, and then just obviously trying to rebuild and load the leg when my leg can actually be loaded. So that's the goal for now, and we'll continue just to crank these out. And guys, seriously, I appreciate the support. You know, I just want to reiterate again, I'm not doing this to like for social media fame and stuff like that. I just want to, you know, let you guys into more of my life, what's going on, you know, the roles that I play on a daily basis. And then also, more than anything, just I'm so proud of the brand that we have in Raw, and I just want my own personal brand and you know, just align with that, you know, and for you guys to know my roles in the company, my goals, dreams, desires for the company, and then also, you know, what I do here at home and stuff like that. So that's it for today. I appreciate it.